Wasi sits in an interrogation room, bleeding and barely conscious after being stabbed. His right hand is too injured to move, so Captain Freeman forces him to sign legal documents with his left. Freeman asks if Wasi has anything to say in his defense. That question pulls Wasi into a memory, back to where everything began. Late one night, Wasi secretly meets his girlfriend, Primo, inside her parked car. They keep their relationship hidden because they belong to rival gangs. The moment is intimate and tense. Before things go further, Wasi pulls out a ring and gives it to her. Primo reminds him that what they have isn't real. She says they're just having fun and that running away together isn't possible. Wasi begs her to reconsider, but she hands the ring back. Their relationship, like their world, feels doomed. Suddenly, flashing lights appear behind the car. A police cruiser pulls up, officers order Primo out of the vehicle. Once she steps away, they search the car and discover a loaded gun. Officer Ethan freezes when he sees it. He hesitates, clearly unsure what to do. Another deputy reminds him this is his chance to prove himself and officially join the night patrol. Ethan raises the gun and shoots Primo in the head. Wasi panics and runs. A cop chases him through the streets. Later, Ethan finds Wasi's bicycle abandoned on the ground. A sticker on it reads "Cripple Boy." Wasi hides behind a wall, gasping for breath. When the officer finally corners him and points a gun at his head, something strange happens. The ring Wasi is holding suddenly glows green. The officer becomes terrified and runs away without firing a shot. The next morning, Ethan visits a school to give a presentation about police work. Midway through the talk, a gangster named Xavier storms into the classroom and fires his gun, sending students screaming and ducking for cover. Xavier grabs one student and humiliates him, forcing him to suck his thumb. When he starts to get violent, Ethan intervenes and reveals the gun was loaded with blanks, used earlier for a demonstration. Ethan scolds Xavier for traumatizing kids, but Xavier argues that fear keeps them away from crime. To prove his point, he aims the gun at the student again, just to scare him. Later, Ethan and Xavier patrol the city together. They tease each other and stop random drivers. Xavier used to be part of the Crypt gang, while Ethan is a former Navy SEAL. They joke about their sore bodies and grab lunch at a food stand. Ethan casually asks if Xavier ever knew someone called Crypt Boy. Xavier laughs and says that was his brother's gamer tag. He calls his brother right away. On the other end of the line, Wasi hears the name, and instantly hangs up. That night, Wasi sneaks into Primo's gang headquarters. Before he can react, someone grabs him from behind and throws a hood over his head. He wakes up tied to a chair, surrounded by armed gang members. Their leader, Barnelius, points a gun at him and accuses him of causing chaos between gangs. Wasi insists the police murdered Primo. He explains the night patrol and claims they're not human. Barnelius orders a scan to confirm Wasi isn't a monster. The scan proves he's human, but that only makes Barnelius angrier. They accuse Wasi of being a police snitch. Wasi swears he doesn't know why the cops let him live. Soon after, the gang discovers Primo's car. Her body is inside, but it's been horribly mutilated. Limbs are missing, and the wounds look like bite marks. The gang starts whispering about monsters. Wasi keeps insisting the police did this. They perform a ritual to cleanse Primo's spirit. Barnelius realizes something unnatural is hunting them, and whatever it is, it's not finished. Wasi returns home shaken. He finds his hidden stash gone, replaced by a note from his mother, Ayanda, "My house, my money." She scolds him for staying out late, but panics when she realizes he stole her ring. Wasi finally tells her everything, about Primo, the cops, and the glowing ring. Ayanda reveals the truth. This is exactly how the police killed Wasi's father. She explains that there is a hidden war between good and evil, and the police are not on the right side. She says they must prepare for war. Meanwhile, the night patrol hunts across the city. They murder innocent black men, people gaming at home, taking out trash, doing nothing wrong. One officer even tastes blood from a victim's wound. At a bar, Ethan and Xavier drink and play pool. Another cop arrives and tells Ethan he's officially been accepted into the night patrol. They celebrate by firing guns inside an empty warehouse. Xavier becomes curious and admits he wants to join too. He opens up about his past, how his father forced the family into gang life and how his mother was obsessed with African mysticism. Eventually, she killed his father. Ethan shares his own secret. His father was night patrol and supposedly died on duty. But Ethan believes he was betrayed. Later, a deputy picks Ethan up and reveals he knows about Ethan's Navy past, including a massacre in Afghanistan. He warns Ethan to follow orders if he wants to survive. They stop outside Wasi's house. Ethan quietly returns Wasi's bicycle, lying to the deputy and saying Wasi isn't home. That night, Ethan is taken to a massive warehouse filled with night patrol officers. That's when he sees someone impossible, his father, Hawkins, alive. Hawkins explains he was reborn through blood. Ethan is drugged, forced to drink his father's blood, and then shot repeatedly. He dies, then wakes up reborn as a vampire. The night patrol launches their final plan. They stage a fake gang war as cover. Power across the neighborhood is cut. Gas fills the streets. Civilians are slaughtered. Blood is harvested. Survivors are locked in cages. Ethan, overwhelmed by bloodlust, loses control and kills Xavier during a feeding frenzy. Horrified, he later confronts Wasi. Even after being shot, Ethan instantly heals. Ayanda fights back using ancient weapons and artifacts. Wooden stakes slow the vampires, but don't stop them completely. The truth finally comes out. Wasi's father was a vampire, forced to serve the night patrol. Ayanda killed him to protect her children. As fire consumes the building, Ayanda gives Wasi her ring and sacrifices herself. Wasi emerges transformed, wearing ceremonial armor and wielding a glowing spear. He battles Ethan, who is now fully controlled by Hawkins. Their clash destroys the city around them. Wasi wakes up again, back in a police station, wounded by his own spear. Captain Freeman demands answers. Wasi tells him everything. Freeman admits the truth. Vampires have controlled the police force for decades. Suddenly, Hawkins appears. Wasi stabs him with the spear tip, causing Hawkins to explode in a blast of blood and fire. More vampires flood the room. Wasi grips his weapon and prepares to fight. The war isn't over.